Going the distance with local sports. Covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball, and more. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody here to Ralph Benson Memorial Gymnasium, the site for tonight's district doubleheader matchup between the visiting Wildcats of Tullahoma and the home squad, the Wildcats of Lawrence County. This is AJ Good, joined by Dusty Kaiser here on the X Sports Network, bringing you tonight's doubleheader. We start off here with the girls, checking out both sides. Tullahoma comes in at 14-9 overall, 5-2. Within their district. Their head coach is Chad Hibden. On the other side for Lawrence County, 16-6 overall, 3-3 within their district. Their head coach is Wendy Scott. And the last time these two met up, Dusty, we were both there at Tullahoma. Lawrence County got a lot of shots, a lot of opportunities, but Tullahoma took advantage of those, and they came out with a 55-39 win.
Tullahoma out-rebounded us a whole lot. Lincoln County, excuse me. I remember Miss Bobo lit us up in the first half. She cooled off in the second, but I think our girls tonight have got to rebound the basketball better.
Absolutely. That's kind of been the key for them all season long, is rebounding the ball. We know Wendy has talked a lot about that throughout the season. And also it kind of comes down to the simple things, which is hitting shots. In the last kind of few games, they've kind of struggled in that area, hitting shots when they matter.
Yeah, and I've noticed our foul shots have been off. They're not, we're going, in the first half, I think the other night we'd only made like 6. And we're going to line 7, 8 more times. We got to do better.
Lawrence County, who's had a long break, their last game was last Friday at Page. Their game with Lincoln County was canceled due to icy conditions, and that schedule change has gone all over the place. Supposed to be Saturday, the next Saturday, and eventually got settled on Mondays. Each side is finished up here with their warm-up. It is senior night tonight. The 4 seniors will be playing actually their next to last game here at the Ralph. For the girls' side will be Katie Criswell, Emmy Clark, Harley Johnson, and Peyton Morgan. Those will be your 4 seniors here tonight. They will be honored at halftime of the boys' game, and the boys' seniors will be honored at halftime of this game. We'll have coverage of that tonight. So we're getting ready to introduce both starting lineups in this one. And Dusty, we mentioned the break that they got, how big, especially in district play, when you're playing every Tuesday, every Friday, you kind of have that set schedule, but they got an unintended, but probably a very profitable break for them to take a few days off.
Yeah, I think rest was good for our girls and our boys. Maybe they got some practice in, but this would have been really well.
So we're getting ready here for the national anthem and the invocation. Tonight's prayer, we got a special treat tonight. It will be Kate Schultz from a recording from his hospital in Huntsville. They'll be doing tonight's prayer. That will be coming up right now as the clock hits zeros on the warm-ups. We will now pause for that special prayer from Cade and the national anthem.
At this time, please rise and join our players and coaches as members of One Nation, as class of 2023 Wildcat basketball and baseball player Kate Schultz has shared a special pre-recorded prayer. As many of you know, Kate was involved in an accident Thanksgiving night and is still recovering. Then after their prayer, please remain standing as senior Anna Turner performs our national anthem.
God, I want to thank you for another day of life that you've given us. I want to first thank you for each team represented here tonight. I want to thank you for all the players, coaches, and officials. I ask you to protect them and keep them safe throughout this game. Let them have good sportsmanship. God, I thank you for everyone that's come to watch this great game of basketball tonight, God. God, keep them safe throughout the game. Keep them safe as they travel home. Lord, I want to thank you for your grace and your mercy. I want to thank you for protecting me over the past 2 months like you have. I want to thank you for, most of all, for saving my soul, God. friends at my school, Lord, all of Lawrence County, Lord, I want to thank you for all of them, because I couldn't make it without them and without you, Lord. Lord, I want to thank you for that. God, as we continue to go, I ask you to help us, forgive us where we failed you, and protect us, God. Lord, my basketball team, I want to be there with them tonight so bad, Lord. Lord, but you've got a better plan in mind. Your plan is perfect. And I praise your name for it. Lord, I ask you most of all, thank you for your son dying on the cross for our sins. And all this I ask in your name. Amen.
That was the national anthem in our pregame prayer special one brought to you by Cade Schultz tonight. And Dusty, as you could tell just after the prayer, not a dry eye here in the place. And very touching, very great, hear from Cade.
It was very inspiration. That's about all I can say right now.
Yeah. That was an emotional one, a lot of tears in the place, and hey, it's good to hear his voice. That's
absolutely
a very important thing. As we take a look at both starting lineups, starting first with the Wildcats of Tullahoma, you got Olivia Bowen, McLean Bobo, Eleanor Foltz, Lucy Nutt, and Nija Gibbs. That's your starting lineup for the other Lady Cats. Will be wearing their black uniforms with gray numerals outlined in maroon. Lawrence County will be going upperclassmen heavy with their starting lineup tonight. You'll have Katie Criswell, Emmy Clark, J.C. Scott, Harley Johnson, and Peyton Morgan. That will be our starting five for tonight. And they had to shake up their lineup a couple weeks ago there because of some illness with J.C. and with Katie before they head into the Page game last week. And they did that against Spring Hill. It worked out for them really well because everyone in that game stepped up for them in a big way.
Yeah, I was here on the call in that game, and I was so proud of our girls, the ones coming off the bench, our underclassmen. They played well.
And you look at this tonight, and obviously throughout the stretch here, sitting at 3-3. District tournaments coming up in 2 weeks. Every district game's important, Dusty. But these games, from here on out, you've already seen everybody once. Now you've seen Page twice, and you split with them. You get a win here against Tullahoma. You go to Lincoln County on Monday, hopefully get a win there. Obviously, you're better than Marshall County and Spring Hill. So these next 2 games against these really tough opponents are huge.
Yes, because you don't want to go in the tournament in that 3rd or 4th place. You want to be in that 1st or 2nd place going into the tournament.
And have to play in that playing game just to get into the semifinals, which, 2nd place is still alive. Tullahoma sitting at 5-2 right now. Both of their losses have come to Page and Lincoln County. So they've come against the better teams within the district. They've also played a pretty tough schedule. This is a team that's been very used to being on the road. They haven't even played double-digit home games yet this year.
And I don't know how they do that.
Well, Summertown does. As everybody's ready here. Very familiar officiating crew. We've seen a lot of all three of these guys here so far this season. As everybody's ready, it will be Criswell up against Gibbs here. It's time for Lady Cat basketball on the X Sports Network. Getting the tip here is Lucy Nutt, the Lady Cats leading scorer. Now over to Bowen. Bowen swings over to Bobo. Tries to throw it down low to Nutt. Nutt now kicks out to Bobo. Bobo drives to the free throw line, dribbles out, now picks up her dribble over to Bowen. Now to Fultz. Fultz here guarded by Scott in the man-to-man. Fultz going to kick out. It's Gibbs, thinks about a three, now drives into the paint. Runner up, tough shot, can't get it to go, and Peyton Morgan's going to come up with the rebound. J.C. Scott now racing the other way here for the Lady Cats. Man-to-man put on by Tullahoma. Katie Criswell with it here at the Lawrence County logo. Now over to Johnson. Johnson picks up her dribble, tries to throw it down low to Criswell, and that one's knocked out of bounds and will stay with Lawrence County. 48 seconds in, first possession here for the Lady Cats. Jason Scott now will take it out to the left of the basket. Gets it into Criswell quickly. Handoff now to Scott, and that one's knocked away. Now goes backdoor to Criswell. Bounce pass to Morgan. Tipped into the hands of Clark. Shot up, no. And Fultz is going to come down with the rebound. Lucy Nutt now coming with it the other way. Hands out to Bobo. She'll try a deep NBA range three. Front iron, no. Rebound, Peyton Morgan. Now the other way with it is J.C. Scott. Scott hands over to Clark. Clark now to Criswell straight away. Criswell drives, pull-up jumper. Back iron, no. And the rebound is won by Nutt. Nutt now racing the other way for the other Lady Cats. Gets into the paint, backs down the defender. Tough shot up and gets it in. First points for either side. It's a 2-0 Tullahoma lead. Sort of a press here by Tullahoma as they back off. Criswell will now walk it across the timeline. Minute 40 into the game. Criswell now over to Morgan. Morgan at the top of the key. Long pass over to Criswell. She'll drive. Baseline runner up. No. Rebound into the hands of Gibbs. Coming the other way with it is Nutt. Nutt drives into the paint. Kicks out the Bobo. She'll try a deep three. Nothing but net. Quick start here for Tullahoma. They lead at 5-0. Criswell now racing the other way quickly across the timeline. Gets it down low to Clark. Clark in the paint. Now out to Criswell. She'll try a three. Back iron, no. And that one is knocked into the hands there of Gibbs.
Man.
Nutt now walking across the timeline. Calls out the play. 2.5 minutes into the opening frame. A 5-0 Tullahoma lead. Nutt bounce pass over to Bowen. Bowen now to Gibbs straight away. Gibbs now hands over to Nutt. She'll try a deep three. Off the front of the iron, no. Fight for the rebound will be a jump ball. That will go to Lawrence County. Morgan Carr now into the game, and Bowen will check out. No subs for Lawrence County. Clark gets it in to Scott. Scott now over to Clark. Bounce pass over to Harley Johnson. Now bounce pass out to Clark, and she dribbles it off of her foot out of bounds. First turnover against either side.
The girls are going to have to slow down right here and just kind of take a breath.
Shots not falling so far here for the Lady Cats. 0 of 4 from the field to start off. Gibbs with it. Now over to Bobo. Bobo dribbles, now gets it out to Nutt. Nutt dribbles here at the Lawrence County logo, 3 minutes into the game. Dribbles now to her left, hands over to Carr. Carr picks up her dribble out the Nutt. Throws it down low to Gibbs. Gibbs double team, kicks out to Bobo. Bobo drives, now dribbles back out and gives it over to Nutt. Nutt calls out a new play, given to her by head coach Chad Ibden. Now over to Carr. Carr guarded by Criswell. Over to Gibbs. Gibbs dribbles, tough shot, runner up, and gets it in. They've hit 3 out of their last 4 shots. They lead it now 7-0. Criswell across the timeline. Dribbles now to her left. Picks up her dribble, gets it out to Clark. Clark now back to Criswell. Criswell, skip pass over to Johnson. She'll try a deep three. Back iron, no. Rebound, Gibbs. Gibbs bounce pass over to Nutt. Nutt will now race the other way. Drives into the paint. Nice move. Shot up, no. Blocked into the hands of Peyton Morgan. Now it's Criswell. She's coming the other way with it. Pull-up jumper, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line here to shoot 2.
Good defense by our girls.
That'll be on Carr. That's her first foul for either side. Criswell now going to the line here to shoot 2. First shot on its way, and gets the friendly bouncing in. Sadie Grace Cole now and Cammie Pigg into the game here for Johnson and Morgan. We have Fultz and Bobo checking out. Checking in is Lily Melton, and Bowen back into the game. Next free throw from Criswell off the back iron, no. Stolen away by Scott. That shot up is up and no good. Now Nutt coming up with the rebound. Into the game, Melton gets that one stolen away. Coming the other way with it, J.C. Scott pulls up and loses that one into the hands of Lucy Nutt. Nutt now racing the other way. Bounce pass to Gibbs, and she's fouled from behind. She'll go to the line here to shoot 2. That's on J.C. Scott, her first. It's the team's first pair of free throws coming up here for Nigel Gibbs. Gibbs taking her time. First shot on its way, and she hits it. Gibbs with it here again. Next shot on its way, and that rattles out no good. Rebound Criswell. Criswell now racing the other way with it. Gets it over to Scott. Quick pass tipped into the hands of Clark. Clark comes up with it now to Criswell. Off the glass and in. Gets on the board. She's got all 3 Lawrence County points at 8-3. Nutt across the timeline here, guarded by Pigg. Now over to Melton. Melton beyond the 3-point line. Bounce pass over to Carr. Now back to Nutt at the left wing. Nutt picks up her dribble. She'll try a 3. Rattles hole. She's got 5. It's an 8-point Tullahoma lead. Cammie Pigg gets her pass intercepted by Carr. Carr shot up. No. And that one's stolen away, a jump ball.
Foul on Pigg.
Yeah, it's going to go on Cammie Pigg. It's her first, team second. Bobo and Fultz back into the game. Bowen and Melton checking out. Nutt will take it out here to the left of the basket. And that one's knocked out of bounds. Good defense there by Criswell and Clark. Melton will now check back in. And checking out will be Nigel Gibbs getting the first break of the game. 2:39 remaining in the first, 11-3 Tullahoma lead. Bobo takes out to the left of the basket. Long pass out of the reach of Fultz. Second turnover against Tullahoma.
Great inbound defense from our girls.
See if we can get some offense out of it here on the other end. Scott now hands it over to Pigg. Pigg will walk it across the timeline, guarded here by Bobo. Dribbles to her right, picks up her dribble. Bounce pass to Criswell. Criswell, tough shot, up and in. Criswell has got all 5 Lawrence County points as they trail 11-5. Nutt across the timeline. Guarded here closely by Pigg. Bounce pass over to Fultz. Fultz throws it over to Carr. Carr straight away, and a miscommunication with Nutt. Thought they were going back door. Third turnover against Tullahoma. Peyton Morgan now into the game. Checking out is Emmy Clark. Bowen will come in. Fultz will check out here for Tullahoma. Criswell gets the inbounds from Scott. 2 minutes here left in the opening quarter. Lawrence County trailing by 6. Scott double team, picks up her dribble. Now out to Sadie Grace Cole. Cole long pass into the hands of Morgan, kicks out the Pig. She'll try a corner 3. Rattles out, no. And the rebound comes into the hands of Melton. Lucy Nutt now with it. Now over to Melton on the low block. Melton powers her way up. Shot up, banked in. Her first points, and the lead is back out to 8 at 13-5. Scott quickly the other way. Sadie Grace Cole in the corner for 3. Off the front iron, no. And that goes into the hands of Nutt. Nutt now racing with it the other way. Tough shot, no. Rebound, Peyton Morgan. J.C. Scott got a hand on that one, I believe, as Katie Criswell races the other way. Drives. And we're going to offensive foul against Criswell.
Yep.
Yeah, that one was pretty obvious.
He can't push him like that.
That's her first, team's third. Sophie Cole now will check into the game for the Lady Cats. Checking it out will be J.C. Scott. 13-5 is the lead. Minute 15 left here in the opening quarter. Nutt with it now across the timeline for Tullahoma. Dribbles here to her left at the left wing. Brings it in the corner. Now here to Bobo for a 3. Misses. Rebound Morgan. Morgan. She'll try to bring it the other way and does. Breaks the press. Long pass to Cole just out of her reach. 5th turnover against Lawrence County. .7 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. 13-5 Tullahoma lead. Nutt with it now over to Bobo. Bobo over to Carr straight away inside the Bowen. Bowen kicks out here to Nutt. Now over to Carr straight away inside the Melton, just inside the paint. Now kicks it out to Nutt. Nutt now over to Carr. Carr here with it at the left wing. Now to Melton straight away. Melton dribbles to her left, hands over to Nutt. Nutt drives. Shot up. That went off of her knee. That should stay with Lawrence County. That should go to Lawrence County.
It did. Good defense, Peyton. Oh, they didn't give it to us.
And he's standing right there.
Wow, come on.
Well, that's to be expected from him, let's be honest.
That's true.
Melton with it beyond the three-point line. Tries to lob it down low to Nutt. Intercepted by Sophie Cole. 4th turnover by the other Lady Cats. 5 seconds left. Criswell tracks down the loose ball. Turnaround jumper. Off the back iron, no. Rebound Nutt. And that will end the first quarter. After 8 minutes of play, Tullahoma leads this one 13-5. We'll take a short break at the start of the second quarter when we return here on the X Sports Network.
Hello everyone, this is Eric Schultz. On behalf of Cade and the entire Schultz family, we would like to say thank you. Thank you for all the love, all the support, and most importantly, the prayers. 1 Peter 5:10 reads, "But the God of all grace, who hath called us unto his eternal glory by Christ Jesus, after that you have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you." We want to thank God for his grace. Go Wildcats.
At Southern Tennessee Realty in Lawrenceburg, owner and broker Fred Webb is always working with his realtors to ensure they're ready for game day to score you the biggest win for your home or property. From being the best trained to knowing the land or home they're selling, the crew at your local United Country office is ready to give you their all. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, turn to Southern Tennessee Realty today and let them put their years of combined experience to work for you. Because everyone around here knows if Southern Tennessee Realty can find Bigfoot, they can find you a buyer.
And back here at the Ralph, we start the second quarter. Tullahoma leading Lawrence County 13-5. Melton with it here in the corner, guarded by Pig. Bounce pass to Carr. Tough shot up. Rebound, Emmy Clark. That one kind of looked like it was blocked.
I think it was.
Scott with it, drives into the paint. Spins. Tough shot. No, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line here to shoot 2. So J.C. Scott back in the lineup now. They have a chance here to go to the line. That's going to go on Bowen. That's her first, team second. J.C. Scott here at the line with the chance. Get her first points in the game. First free throw. Gets it in. Next free throw from Scott on its way. She hits them both. She's in the scorebook. It's a 13-7 Tullahoma lead. Nutt here with it for the other Lady Cats. Walks across the timeline, guarded by Pig. Bounce pass over to Carr. Carr now to Bowen. Bowen straight away goes backdoor to Nutt. Nutt off the glass and in. She's off to a great start with 7, leads back out to 8. Pig here will now bring it across the timeline. Picks up her dribble, now over to Emmy Clark. Clark now to Scott straight away. Dribbles and hands over to Sadie Grace Cole. Cole now to Scott straight away. Dribbles to her right, now over to Peyton Morgan. Morgan, pressure here from Carr, throws it down low to Scott on the low block. Left-handed scoop shot up, no, rebound Melton. Carr racing the other way. Drives into the paint, kicks out to Melton, she'll try a 3. Front iron, no. And Peyton Morgan tries to come up with the rebound, throws it right to Carr. Now it's Bowen. Her shot is up, no. And Melton's going to get called from the foul from behind.
Foul on number 24, Melton, her first.
That's going to be her first. That's the team's third. Morgan and Sadie Grace Cole check out. We'll have Sophie Cole and Katie Criswell back in the lineup. Katie Criswell drives, pull-up jumper, rattles home. Criswell's got 7 of the Lady Cats' 9 points to cut the lead to 6. Nutt across the timeline, dribbling in front of the Lawrence County logo. Bounce pass wrangled in by Carr. Carr now over to Fultz. Fultz bounce pass over to Nutt. She'll try an NBA range 3. Rolls out, no. Rebound Criswell. Katie racing the other way. Now to Scott. Swings over to Pig in the corner. Pig picks up her dribble. And a bounce pass now out to Scott. 2-3 zone put on by Tullahoma. Sophie Cole with it. Now over to J.C. Scott. Now to Pig. Pig dribbles. Now to Sophie Cole straight away. Back to Pig at the left wing. Inside to Clark. Clark backs down the defender. Loses it. Tough shot up. No, she's fouled. She'll go to the line here to shoot 2. They've been trying to get it inside to her, but she's been double teamed all night long.
They have been. Amy's battling down low, though.
That's going to go on Carr. She picks up her second, team's 4th. Pair of free throws coming up for Amy Clark. First shot, back iron, no. Subs coming in. That will be Gibbs and Bobo. Melton and Carr will check out. Next free throw here from Clark on its way. And gets a friendly bounce and in. She hits 1 and 2 for her first point. It's a 4-6 lead. Excuse me, a 15-10 lead. The Lady Cats are 4-6 from the line. Reading the wrong stats at the wrong time.
Well, I had to look again.
Bowen with it, now over to Melton. Excuse me, that's Nutt. Nutt throws it in the Fultz. Kicks out to Bobo. Now to Bowen. Back to Nutt at the right wing. Now to Bowen straight away, over to Bobo. She'll try a deep 3. And that missed everything. Will go out of bounds to Lawrence County. Harley Johnson back into the game. Cammie Pig will check out for the Lady Cats. 5-point Tullahoma lead, 5:15 remaining here in the opening half. Sophie Cole with it. She's been on fire as of late for the Lady Cats. Has it straight away. Tries to lob it in to Scott. She's fouled from behind by Nutt. She picks up her first, team's 5th. Lawrence County now will take it out to the right of the basket. It's Scott with it. Trying to find somebody. And we'll just lob it in, and Bowen just knocks that one out. It's out of bounds off the official. He's got to know that because he was standing out of bounds. Anyway, Clark with it in the paint. Turns, shot up, no. Rebound Fultz.
Unreal.
Nutt with it, long pass ahead to Gibbs. Gibbs has it in the paint, kicks out to Bowen. She'll try a 3. Back iron, no. Offensive rebound, Fultz. Fultz will now bring it out. Now over to Nutt. Nutt now to Bobo, over to Bowen. Bowen now back out to Fultz. Fultz will try a deep 3. Off the corner iron, no. Rebound, Harley Johnson. Now we have a jump ball called, and that will go to Lawrence County. 4:26 remaining here in the opening half. Now we have a timeout here called by Tullahoma. Be a 30-second timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
At Southern Tennessee Great food is just a short drive to Heine's Barbecue in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Heine in town when you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Heine Shine lemonade and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Heine sauces, snacks, and more. Heine's Barbecue, Highway 43 North in Lawrenceburg.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back at Ralph Brinson Memorial Gym senior night here in Lawrence County. After going down 8, has got it down the 5, 15-10 with 4:25 remaining here in the second quarter. Sophie Cole with it, walks across the timeline. Tullahoma called their first timeout, a 30-second timeout. Johnson now to Cole. Cole bounce pass over to Scott. Scott inside the Criswell. Tough runner in the lane. No, she's fouled. She'll go to the line here to shoot 2. That will go on Gibbs, her first, team 6th. One more foul, Lawrence County will be in the bonus. Dusty, they've done a good job here so far, getting the ball in the paint and getting some opportunities at the line as Criswell knocks down the first.
They have been. They've been battling. I'm glad to see our girls trying to work the ball inside.
Next free throw here from Criswell on its way. That one rattles out. Offensive rebound, Scott.
Over the back.
Now they kick out to Johnson. Scott with it here in the corner. Now out to Johnson. Lobs it in the Criswell in the paint. Backs her defender down. No, and she'll go to the line here to shoot 2. That's going to go on Nudd. She picks up her second, team 7th. So just about everybody in the lineup so far for Tullahoma has picked up a foul. Criswell on the line again. First shot knocks it down. Lady Cats now 6 of 9 from the line. Next shot from Criswell. Hits them both. She's in the double figures with 10. It's a 2-point Tullahoma lead. First second chance points for either side in this game. Nutt. Hands over to Fultz. Fultz bounce pass to Bowen. Good defense from Criswell. Bounce pass to Gibbs just beyond the free throw line, guarded by Clark. She'll drive. And a block call against Clark. I don't know about that one. That's Clark's first, team's 4th. Wendy Scott's letting this official know about it. That clearly looked like it was going to be a charge call. Now Gibbs will go to the line here to shoot 2.
That's 2 they've missed. They missed over back right here.
First free throw from Gibbs. She hits it. They're asking for the subs, and officials not paying attention to the subs as they finally figure it out. Carr and Melton will check in. It will be Fultz and Bobo checking out. Next free throw from Gibbs on its way. Rattles them both in. She's got 5 points and leads back out the forward 17-13. Sophie Cole with it here. 3:40 remaining in the opening half. Cole across the timeline. Still dribbling it straight away. Here comes the double team. Bounce pass now to Scott. Swings over to Johnson. Inside to Criswell. Picks up her dribble, kicks out to Scott. Now to Cole. Cole to Scott. Out to Criswell. She'll drive into the paint. Pull-up jumper. Knocks it down. Big first half for Katie Criswell. She's got 12 and the lead's down to 2. Nutt walks it across the timeline here for Tullahoma. Now over to Carr. Carr to Gibbs. Gibbs now hands over to Nutt. Nutt straight away. Throws it to Melton near the corner. Trying to get it down low to Gibbs and can. Now kicks out the Carr. Carr drives to the baseline on the low block. Shot just ripped away. And they got a jump ball. And that looked like she just straight ripped it out of her hands. As Pig and Cole will check in. Checking out is Johnson and Sophie Cole. Oof, I don't know about that. She just ripped it out of her hands. And it's Carr straight away now to Gibbs. Gibbs now hands over to Nutt at the top of the Lawrence County logo. 2:35 remaining here in the second quarter. 2-point Tullahoma lead. Nutt picks up her dribble, skip pass over to Melton. Melton, who had a big game the last time these two played, now hands over to Carr. Carr into the paint. Left-handed layup. No. Offensive rebound, Melton. Melton up. No, and she's fouled here by Criswell. That will be Katie's second, team's fifth. Now a pair of free throws coming up here for Lily Melton. Tullahoma 3 of 4 from the line so far here in the first half. First shot on its way. Gets a friendly bounce and in. No subs for either side. 2:18 remaining in the half. Next free throw from Melton, and she hits them both. She's got 4. Tullahoma now 5 of 6 from the line. Another 4-point Wildcat lead. Criswell with it. Over to Scott inside the court. Clark in the paint. Double team. Now kicks out to Criswell. Fakes a 3. Now to Scott. She will take a 3. Almost banks it in. Offensive rebound. Sadie Grace Cole. That is a jump ball that will stay with Lawrence County. Sub coming in. That will be Bobo. Checking out will be Bowen. Scott lobs this one into Criswell. Criswell now out to Clark. Clark now to Scott. Scott here to Cole. She'll try corner 3. And misses, and that one goes off of Cammie Pigg's shins after Melton deflected it out of bounds. That one will go to Tullahoma. Sub now will be Peyton Morgan. And checking out will be Criswell with her 2 fouls with 1:50 left in the half. Nutt now will get it across the timeline. Over to Carr. Carr now to Gibbs. Gibbs now to Nutt. Man-to-man put on by the Lady Cats. They've had it the entire game. Bobo now to Gibbs. Gibbs dribbling here, guarded by Pigg. Now back to Nutt. Morgan comes out to closely guard her. She'll now drive. Bounce pass to Melton on the low block. Tough shot up. No. And the rebound comes in finally. And we're going to get a foul call against Lawrence County.
Foul number 10, Pigg.
That's on Cammie Pigg. That's going to be her second. As the team 6. So Tullahoma 1 foul away from going into the bonus. Nutt takes it out to the right of the basket. Gets it in the car. Guarded by Cole. And her pass is now over to Bobo. They swing it to Melton for 3. That missed everything, but an offensive rebound by Nutt, and she misses that one as well. Now over to Carr. Carr swings over to Nutt, and they get a new play here from head coach Chad Hipton. 50 seconds left in the half, a 4-point Tullahoma lead, and that one's just lost out of bounds. Miscommunication between Nutt and Bobo. We've kind of seen that a couple times tonight. Now Wendy Scott will burn her first timeout of the game. It will be a 30-second timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we've provided outstanding residential and commercial services through Southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air, when you need us, we'll be there.
And Wendy Scott used her first timeout of the game, a 30-second timeout. Lawrence County trails by 4. 45 seconds left here in the opening half. Scott with it. 2-3 zone extended here by Tullahoma. Now over to Sadie Grace Cole. She's trying to fight her way out, and she travels. 7 turnover against Lawrence County. Tullahoma get it back with 36.8 seconds remaining. Peyton Morgan back into the game as Criswell checks out. Sophie Cole will come into the game as well, and J.C. Scott will check out. When you look at this situation, Dusty, more than likely Tullahoma going to play for that final shot. Here's a lead by 4.
Yeah, unless our girls can get up and pressure.
Carr with her here at the Lawrence County logo. Now over to Gibbs. Gibbs picks up her dribble, bounce pass over to Nutt. Nutt has had a good first half with 7 points. Lead all Tullahoma scores. 15 seconds left in the half. Now over to Carr, Long pass over to Melton. Melton down low to Gibbs. Double team comes out. Bobo with it, loses that one. Sadie Grace Cole comes up with it. Now over to Clark, 3 seconds left. Clark shot at the buzzer off the side of the backboard. And that's what Wendy Scott is asking for as well. We won't get that foul. That will end the first half. Tullahoma leads at 19-5. We'll take a short break. Then we'll have the boys' senior night celebrations. That's coming up next here on the Exports Network.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
Whether you're looking to spruce up the interior or exterior of your home or business, trust Lawrenceburg Glass to provide a one-of-a-kind product. From windows to mirrors, shower doors, custom framing, storefront installations, and everything in between, Lawrenceburg Glass takes pride in our quality craftsmanship and strong attention to detail. With us, your customer experience always exceeds expectations. We're reliable, on time, and we deliver stunning results. Lawrenceburg Glass. Our passion is reflected in our work.
And we join LCHS Senior Night in progress.
Rory is a member of the Golden Girls dance team. She plans to attend TCAT in the fall. LCHS senior Rory Parham. Diamond Bond is the daughter of Virginia Covey and is being escorted by her brother, Tico Parson. Diamond is a member of the Golden Girls dance team. She plans to attend UNA in the fall. LCHS senior Diamond Bond. Eloisa Oliveria is a foreign exchange student from Brazil that is a member of the Golden Girls dance team. She is escorted by her host family, Ashley and Brian Chumley. LCHS senior Eloisa Oliveira. Sueva Berry is a foreign exchange student from Italy that is a member of the Golden Girls dance team. She is escorted by her host family, Tammy Ray. LCHS senior Sueva Berry. Graham Burks is the son of Bill and Vicky Burks. Graham is the Wildcat basketball manager. He plans to attend Columbia State in the fall. LCHS senior Graham Burks. Luke Maddox is the son of Ryan and Jill Maddox. Luke is currently a member of the Wildcat basketball team. He plans to attend Calhoun Community College on a golf scholarship in the fall. Our number 33, LCHS senior Luke Maddox. Carter Hughes is the son of Shane and Denise Hughes. Carter is currently a member of the Wildcat basketball team. Our number 25, LCHS senior Carter Hughes.
I would have never thought that. It looks like we got easy, man.
Cade Schultz is the son of Eric and Brandy Schultz. Tonight, Cade is being represented by his brother Cole and his sister Jason. Cade is a member of the Wildcat basketball team. Our number 22, LCHS senior Cade Schultz.
This is the X Sports Network.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
Rent Right Equipment has all the tools you need to get the job done. From bobcats to trenchers to augers to lifts, we have a large variety of equipment for every project, big or small. Need a new mower? We have you covered there too. With great brands Hustler and Big Dog, Rent Right is ready to serve all your equipment needs. Call today and reserve your equipment from Rent Right Equipment in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation? You're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North or visit LawrenceburgFlooringandMore.com.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody back to Ralph Benson Memorial Gym here at halftime of the girls' game as Lawrence County trails Tullahoma 19-15. Take a look at the first half stats. Leading Tullahoma with 7 is Lucy Nutt, Nigel Gibbs with 5, McLean Bobo with 3. Off the bench, Lily Melton with 4. For Lawrence County, Katie Criswell with 12, JC Scott with 2, Me Clark with 1, and no bench points so far for the Lady Cats. Lawrence County had 7 turnovers. Tullahoma got no points off of those. 6 forced turnovers for Tullahoma. 4 points off of those for Lawrence County. 5 offensive rebounds, no second chance points for Tullahoma. Lawrence County, 3 offensive rebounds and 2 second chance points. In the first half, Tullahoma was 6 of 26 from the field, 20 for 23%. They were 2 of 11 from beyond the arc for 18%. Lawrence County, 4 of 18 from the field, 22%. 0 of 7 from 3 at the free throw line. Tullahoma was 5 of 6. Lawrence County was 7 of 10. As we come up on the minute and a half mark here at halftime, as we're getting ready to start the second half. As Tullahoma, their bench is going over some strategy, and Lawrence County is getting ready to just taking a few shots here. We just had the boys' senior night festivities there as they honored the 3 seniors, Luke Maddox, Carter Hughes, and the members of the Cade Schultz family. As Cade is back doing a great job in his recovery. Love seeing those videos every day of Cade recovering. Took a bunch of steps today, so he is heading in the right direction, and looking forward to seeing his progress from here on out. And he's always in our thoughts and prayers and thinking about him as we move forward. Foul-wise, Katie Criswell and Cammie Pigg each with 2. The only ones in foul trouble so far here for the Lady Cats. On the other side for Tullahoma, Lucy Nutt and Morgan Carr each with 2. Only ones in foul trouble for Tullahoma. Original starting lineup out on the floor here for the Lady Cats. For Tullahoma, looks like they're going to break out their original starting lineup as well. So the same 5 that started the game are out here. Also, rebounding-wise, one of the points we brought up, Dusty, was rebounding. Lawrence County going to have to win the battle there. So far, they've done it, 18-16.
Hey, and they've shot the free throw very well tonight.
4-point lead here. Tullahoma will start off with the ball as Bobo trying to get it in and finally does to Gibbs. Gibbs at the Lawrence County logo, now back out to Bobo. Tullahoma won the first quarter 13-5. Lawrence County took the second 10-6. Bounce pass now to Gibbs at the free throw line. Gibbs drives, offensive foul against Gibbs, 7 turnover against Tullahoma. That's going to be her second, team's first. Something we thought should have happened on the other side there in the second quarter.
Oh, look one at the Prince.
Tullahoma now backs off a little bit. Harley Johnson with it, now over to J.C. Scott. Scott dribbling at the top of the key, guarded here by Nutt. Setting up the play. Scott picks up her dribble, bounce pass over to Criswell at the logo. Criswell now over to Johnson. Johnson now to Scott. Scott into Clark, bounce pass into Morgan. Morgan, turnaround jumper off the glass, no, rebound Gibbs. Gibbs now over to Nutt, quickly the other way. Nutt drives, kicks out to Gibbs. She'll try a straightaway three. And doesn't get the friendly bounce, rebound Criswell. She'll race the other way, spins in the paint. Jumper, gets it. She's got 14 to lead all scorers. It's a 2-point Tullahoma lead. What a move there by Katie.
That was an awesome move.
It's almost vintage Katie Criswell.
It was, a little mid-range jump shot.
A 12 there in the first and starts off hitting their first shot. Bobo with it now for Tullahoma. Long pass over to Gibbs. Gibbs looking for somebody, can't find anybody. Now we'll dribble it. She's guarded here by Clark, now over to Bobo. They'll set up the play. Bobo now spins at the free throw line, drives. Shot up, no. Offensive foul against Bobo. Let's see, 2 possessions, 2 turnovers, both on offensive fouls, as now Melton will check in the game and Bowen will check out. That's Bobo's first foul, team second. 6:20 here left in the third. 2-point Tullahoma lead. Scott picks up her dribble, now over to Criswell. Criswell now calls out the play. She's going to be guarded here by Melton. Drives to her right. Now kicks out to Johnson. She'll try 3 for the lead. Rattles it home! The first made 3-pointer of the game comes at a perfect time as Lawrence County gets his first lead at 20-19. Nutt over to Melton. Bounce pass to Bobo straight away. Lobs it in the Nutt. That was deflected in the hands of Melton. Melton shot up. No, air ball. Rebound Clark, over to Scott. We're going to get the names right eventually. Scott coming the other way. Gets it to Johnson on the baseline. Johnson being double teamed. Bounce pass now to Morgan. Morgan kicks out to Criswell straight away for 3. Knocks it down! So they went 0 of 7 from 3 in the first half. Second half, they've hit their first 2 3-pointers to take a 4-point lead.
Yeah, great offense right here. I like our girls in transition.
Nutt. That's Fultz with it, guarded here by Criswell. Make that now 9 points off turnovers for the Lady Cats. Fulton now kicks out to Bobo in the paint. Now to Melton. Melton will drive to the low block. Steps up, tough shot. Can't get it to go.
It's over the back.
And an over the back called on Gibbs. And now we're going to get a technical foul on Gibbs. Just couldn't let that one go, and she's going to pick up the technical in the process. Now she's got 4 fouls. And now J.C. Scott will go the other end here to hit the free throws. So Tullahoma has missed their first 3 shots to start the game and losing a bit of its cool as Scott hits the first. So you couldn't imagine, it wasn't a great start to the first half for Lawrence County, but since then, Dusty, they've really kind of come on strong here in the second.
They just come out this second half. It's like a whole different basketball team right here.
Cole and Pig will now check in for the Lady Cats. Johnson and Morgan will check out. And now a timeout will be called here by Tullahoma. It's going to be a full timeout. 4:54 remaining in the third. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
For the best at-home care in Lawrence County, the Summit at Home is the right company for you. We have a friendly staff, over 25, that is trained, educated, and qualified to help with all your needs within your household. Our non-medical services include transportation, housework, dressing, and companionship. We are also covered by most long-term care providers. For more information, please call 931-762-2310.
I'm Mike Keith. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the auto owner's policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
This is the X Sports Network.
Tullahoma calls its second time out of the game. Lawrence County has come out here strong, outscoring Tullahoma 10-0 to start the third quarter. Nigel Gibbs' technical foul certainly hasn't helped things here for Tullahoma. J.C. Scott with it. Loses her balance. Now bounce pass to Pig in the corner. She'll drive the baseline, pick up her dribble. Skip pass now out to Criswell. Criswell will now bring it out here to the Lawrence County logo. She's got 17 to lead all scores. Now to Pig at the right wing. Pig tries to throw it to Scott. Cole, just throws it at her shoe tops. Now we have a jump ball, and that will stay off Lawrence County.
But Katie's having her a big senior night.
Hasn't missed much. I can't really, maybe one shot she's missed here tonight. Or maybe 1 or 2, maybe. Scott, bounce pass into Clark on the low block. She'll turn, left-handed shot off the glass and in. Clark has got 3. It's an 8-point Lawrence County lead. Nutt racing the other way. Has it the free throw line. Kicks here to Fultz in the corner. She'll drive the baseline. Tough shot. A block from behind by Criswell. Criswell racing the other way. And that one is dribbled off of Fultz's shoe tops. And then that pass goes through Fultz's legs, out of bounds. Each side's going to trade turnovers. Wild sequence goes Lawrence County's way. So now Bowen will check back into the game here for Tullahoma, and Fultz will check out. Scott will take it out in front of the Lawrence County bench. Looking for somebody, he finds Clark. Now back to Scott. Clark will clear out. Nutt still guarding J.C. Scott one-on-one. Pig with it, drives to the right. Now over to Scott. She's now guarded by Bobo. Bounce pass over to Clark straight away.
Katie and Melton are just battling down low right now.
Criswell with it. Now we're going to get a 3-second call with nobody in the paint. I don't know what this guy's looking at on a day-in, day-out basis.
There was nobody there.
There was nobody in the paint, and he called a 3-second call.
So terrible.
I wonder what he's like at his day job. He really can't be that bad at his day job.
If he is.
If whatever it is, don't quit it, because you don't have a profession in this. Deep three-pointer there by Carr. Rebound, Emmy Clark, and now a foul called here on Bobo. That's going to be her second, team's 5th. As Sophie Cole will now come in for Emmy Clark. You try not to rip on these guys too bad, because it's not an easy job, but
just be consistent.
Exactly. Call the obvious. That one was, oh boy. That's all you can say about that. Oh boy.
Tullahoma's went full court press on us.
J.C. Scott with it now across the timeline. The Sadie Grace Cole in the corner. Now the pit. Sophie Cole, and she travels. Thought about a shot, pulled it down, and just couldn't control that next step. 10th turnover against Lawrence County. 27-19 is the Lawrence County lead. 3:12 remaining here in the third. Lucy Nutt will now walk it across the timeline for the other Lady Cats. Now dribbles to her left. Hands over to Carr. Carr now dribbles in, dribbles out. Now to Melton. Melton now to Carr. Over to Nutt. Nutt with it, the Lawrence County logo. Under 3 minutes left to play here in the third. Gets a screen here from Carr. Nutt will drive. Runner up. No. Rebound, J.C. Scott. And trying to get out of traffic and will get fouled. Now another technical foul will come here against Tullahoma. That was on Melton. That's her second. Now we're going to technical foul here against the Tullahoma coach.
No, I think it's actually on the player.
It's on the player. Oh, it was on the player. So I guess that went on.
I think it went on 24.
It went on Melton.
Yeah, she threw the ball down, I believe.
So J.C. Scott hits the first free throw. I thought I was looking down, working on my app. I look up and saw the coach having a meltdown. So as Scott misses a second, she's got 5 points. It's a 28-19 lead as Fultz will check in and Nutt will check out. So Melton's now got 3 if the technical was on her. Scott now in the Sophie Cole, a 9-point Lady Cav lead. Cole just beyond the timeline, loses it. Looking for somebody, barely gets to the Scott, who somehow stays on the right side of the timeline. Scott dribbles, drives, spins, layup up, no. Offensive rebound. Now Scott goes up, banks it home.
Great hustle.
First shot of the game for J.C. Scott. She's got 7. It's an 11-point Lawrence County lead. Runner up by Bobo. She gets that one in. That's the first made bucket of the second half for Tullahoma. It's a 9-point Lawrence County lead. Scott now dribbles to her left, gets the play call from Wendy Scott. Dribbles behind the back, now over to Amy Clark. And a 5-second call when she already gave up the ball. That's the second ridiculous call by this group here, as Nutt will now check back in and Bobo will check out. And now the scores table doesn't even know. I mean, I guess they haven't gotten enough attention in this game.
Evidently
They've
not.
called 2 technical fouls. I mean, you get enough attention from it. Lucy Nutt now with it here for Tullahoma. Bounce pass over to Fultz. Tullahoma people are used to these ridiculous rests as well, as Fultz shot up, no. Rebound J.C. Scott. Scott now coming the other way. Almost loses that one, does. And got to find somebody and gets it into Clark, now back to Scott. Scott will drive the lane and a miscommunication as she throws that one out of bounds. 12th turnover against Lawrence County. The 5th here in the third quarter. Minute 27 left here in the third. Lawrence County leads 30-21. Carr with it here for the other Lady Cats. Now over to Nutt. Nutt guarded here by Pig. Nutt will drive into the lane, spin. Left-handed shot up, no. Rebound J.C. Scott. Scott guarded here by Nutt. And finally gets it to Criswell. Criswell across the timeline. She'll be guarded by Melton. She now drives. Pull-up jumper. In and she's fouled.
What a
That's
finish.
going to go on Melton. That's going to be her third. The team's 8th, as Johnson will now come in for Scott. Criswell, with 19 points of lead, all scorers can make it 20 with the free throw. Off the front iron. And then Emmy Clark comes up with the rebound. 5th offensive rebound for Lawrence County. 11-point lead under a minute left in the third. We've also got 4 second chance points. Cole now to Criswell. Now back to Clark. Bounce pass now over to Cole. Cole bounce pass here to Criswell. 40 seconds left. Might be playing for the final shot here as well. Clark with it. Bounce pass now to Cole. Now 30 seconds. Clark has it here at the Lawrence County logo. Here comes the pressure from Tullahoma. And Cole comes up with it. Clark with it. And Wendy Scott wisely calls a timeout here in the situation. Will be a 30-second timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Tired of driving into the city every time you need appliances, furniture, or heck, just about anything? Next time, stay local and come to Swap and Shop Center. We have everything you want, from computers to furniture, major appliances, lawn and garden tools, electronics, you name it. Our #1 goal is to get you the items you need at a price you can afford. We even offer 120 days same as cash financing. We won't be undersold. We specialize in service after the sale. We pick up where everyone else leaves off. Swap and Shop Center, family owned and operated in Lawrenceburg for over 61 years.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at the Ralph, third quarter going all Lawrence County's way as they lead this one 32-21. So far, they have outscored Tullahoma 17-2 in the third quarter. And Dusty, third quarter is kind of when Lawrence County kind of inserts its will, and they've done that here so far.
They really have a second half, started the second half.
21 seconds remaining here in the third. Criswell gets the inbounds. 2-3 zone put on by Tullahoma. Criswell has at the Lawrence County logo. Picks up her dribble, now over to Scott. Scott dribbles. 10 seconds left. Bounce pass over to Cammie Pigg. Pigg into Clark and loses in the hands of Johnson. Now to Scott for three. Off the corner, no. Offensive rebound. Johnson bakes it in! Harley Johnson hits one right before the buzzer. Lawrence County leads at 34-21. Take a short break at the start of the fourth when we return here on the X Sports Network.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you, as an employee, a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here to start the fourth, Lawrence County leading Tullahoma 34-21. Lady Cats outscored the other Lady Cats 19-2 in the third quarter. Lawrence County is 7-10 from the field, but Tullahoma is 1 of 9. Nigel Gibbs checks back into the game and hits that jumper. And the lead is now down to 11. Across the timeline with it here is Criswell. She'll dribble here at the Lawrence County logo. Guarded here by Bowen, now over to Clark. Bounce pass now to Scott. Now to Johnson. Johnson will try a deep three.
Oh.
Front iron, no. And a rebound comes into the hands of Morgan Carr. Nutt now racing the other way with her for Tullahoma. Drives. Step back jumper. No, and she's fouled. That's going to go on Cammie Pigg. She picks up her third, but that's just the first team foul against Lawrence County here in the second half. Tullahoma on the other side has 8. First free throw from Lucy Nutt on its way and gets a friendly bouncing in. Bobo will check in here for Fultz. Next free throw from Nutt on its way and nothing but net. She's got 9 points. Tullahoma now 7 of 8 from the line to cut the lead to 9. Criswell over to Pigg. Pigg now in the Scott. Scott drives. Kicks here. Harley Johnson in the corner for 3. Off the corner, no, but a rebound here from Katie Criswell. Scott now dishes to Clark. Clark on the low block. Now to Johnson straight away for 3. Knocks it down. Johnson with 8 points, 6 of those coming from beyond the arc. Nutt now racing the other way. A long 2. No. Rebound Gibbs. Gibbs tries to go up.
A good block.
And a good block there by Emmy Clark. Carr kicks it out to Nutt, who wrangles that one just before he goes out of bounds. Good save by Nutt. She'll drive. Kick out to Carr for a deep 3. Back iron, no. Rebound Criswell. Katie now comes the other way with it, guarded by Bowen. 12-point Lawrence County lead. They trailed as many as 8. Now have a double-digit lead. Pigg guarded closely by Carr, dribbles out of traffic. Dishes to Criswell on the low block. Left-handed shot, no, but she's fouled. Never seen Katie break that one out before.
Is that not a walk?
I'm not sure. That's going to go on Clark. That's her second. First free throw from Nutt on its way and in. Next free throw from Nutt. And she hits that one, nothing but net. She's in the double figures with 11. It's a 10-point Lawrence County lead. Criswell with it. Guarded by Bowen, but gets it across the timeline quickly. Drives. Pulls up. Now a jumper in the lane. Criswell with 21. The lead's back out to 12. Nutt now racing the other way. Now to Gibbs on the low block. And she is fouled. And she'll go to the line here to shoot 2. That'll go on Clark. She'll pick up her third, the team's third. Now Gibbs on the line here to shoot 2. 3 of 4 from the line so far tonight. First shot on its way and rattles home. Peyton Morgan now will check in here for the Lady Cats. Checking out will be Emmy Clark. Next free throw here from Gibbs. And doesn't get the friendly bounce. No good. Rebound now here by Criswell. Hands it over to J.C. Scott. Scott now to Cole. Cole over to Johnson. Now to Cole. Bounce pass into Criswell at the free throw line. She gets her way out of it. Now picks up her dribble over to Cole. Cole now to Scott. Scott with it, the Lawrence County logo. Bounce pass now into Criswell. Katie drives, spins in the paint, tough shot up, and somehow got that one in. She has got 23 points. A timeout here will be called by Tullahoma. 30-second timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Story and Lee, the Tennessee Valley's most dynamic furniture store, featuring our Made in America galleries with solid wood dining and bedrooms, leather furniture, mattresses, and so much more. You want it? We've got it. With our 3 acres of showroom and our huge warehouse, we're sure to have exactly what you want. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story and Lee.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at the Ralph, Katie Criswell putting on a show. She's got 23 points as Lawrence County leads at 41-28. 4:45 remaining in the game. Lucy Nutt gets the play call here from head coach Chad Hibden. It's like a 2-3 zone now put on by Lawrence County. It's the first time they've put that on. Gibbs with it, the free throw line. Kicks out the Nutt. She'll try a 3. Off the front iron, no. And they're going to call a foul on Lawrence County. That's going to go on Peyton Morgan. That's her first, team's 4th. I don't know.
I don't have any words.
Bobo now the Nutt. Now a 3-pointer here by Bobo, and she rattles that one home. That's her first made 3-pointer here in the second half, just their 3rd of the game. Cuts the lead down to 10. And then Scott gets that one knocked out of bounds. Good defense there by Nutt and Bowen. Criswell now back in for Cole. Now Morgan hands over to J.C. Scott. Scott on the baseline. Nice pass here to Emmy Clark. Right-handed layup up and in. Emmy Clark. Another bucket made. It's a 12-point lead. 3-pointer here by Carr off the front iron. No. Rebound. Katie Criswell. Criswell bounce pass to Clark. Now bounce pass over to Scott. Thought about 3 drives. Bounce pass here to Morgan. Now kicks out here. Cami Pig in the corner for 3. And that one's no good. Rebound Gibbs. And then Gibbs will be fouled from behind by Scott. Not much argument on that one. JC picks up her second, team's 5th. .12-point Lawrence County lead. 3:35 remaining. Lucy Nutt across the timeline here for Tullahoma. Lawrence County still. Now they're back into the man-to-man. Bowen guarded by Criswell. Now to Bobo. Bobo skip pass here to Bowen. Bowen thought about three. Now we'll try a long two. Barely at the front iron. And Clark's going to come up with the rebound. Shots just not falling for Tullahoma here in the second half. They've taken a lot of them and haven't hit many. Criswell now racing the other way. Tries to go, gets her pass tipped into the hands of Clark. Now skip pass here to Morgan. Now to Scott. Drives into the lane and gets that one stolen away. Good defense there by Bowen. Now the other way. Nutt here is going to get fouled, I believe, by Criswell.
It was Peyton.
We'll go on Katie. It's her third, team 6. 2:58 remaining in the game as Melton will check back in. Checking out will be Gibbs. Carr, nice pass here to Bowen, and Bowen goes up and gets fouled. That's going to go on J.C. Scott, and she'll pick up her third, team 7. So both sides here in the bonus for the rest of the game as Bowen will look for her first point. Shot on its way, rattles out, no good. Fultz now back in. She'll check in for Bobo. Next free throw from Bowen, and that's off the back iron. Almost got the friendly bounce, and Criswell comes away with the rebound. Morgan now over to J.C. Scott. Scott now over to Criswell. Criswell gets out of traffic. Guarded here closely by Nutt. Picks up her dribble now over to Scott. 2:40 remaining in the game, a 12-point Lawrence County lead. Scott now will dribble out, now over to Pig. Pig now back out to Scott as Wendy Scott now calls out a new play. Now a handoff here to Criswell. And hands that one to Clark after it was knocked away. Now Clark drives and she's fouled. It's a 10th team foul, so either way you look at it, going the line to shoot 2. That goes on Fultz, her first, team's 10th. Clark, who has 5 points so far on the night. Lawrence County 10 of 17 from the line. First free throw from Clark on its way, gets it in. Next free throw from Clark. Off the back iron, no. Offensive rebound, Katie Criswell. They have 8 offensive rebounds, 5 coming here in the second half. Criswell now hands over to Clark, and Clark will be fouled. That's going to go on Carr. That's her fourth. 2 fouls either way.
Yeah.
As Cole will check into the game. Checking out will be Peyton Morgan. Bobo in, Bowen out. Gibbs back in, and Melton out for Tullahoma. Pair of free throws coming up here for Emmy Clark. First shot, hits it.
Such a great foul shot. She shoots so well from the foul line.
Next free throw from Clark. Rolls that one in. She's got 8 points. It's a 15-point lead, the largest for either side. Coming up on the 2-minute mark left in the game, Lucy Nutt drives the other way, goes in the paint. Tough shot up and a block call against Sadie Grace Cole. Yeah, I think it's a right call.
Yeah, I think so. I think her feet were shuffling.
It's Sadie's first, team's 8th. Pair of free throws coming up for Lucy Nutt. Only missed 1 from the line so far tonight. She leads all Tullahoma Lady Cats with 11. Tullahoma 10 of 14 from the line. First free throw from Nutt on its way and gets it in. Next free throw from Nutt and rattles that one home. She's got 13. It's a 13-point Lawrence County lead. Under 2 minutes left in the game. Camby Pig now racing the other way. Picks up her dribble. Now over to Scott. Scott here guarded by Gibbs. Bounce pass over to Clark. Clark drives. Now over to Criswell. Trying to milk some clock here as they lead by 13. Criswell guarded by Nutt. Now out to Clark. Bounce pass now over to Scott, guarded closely by Nutt. Bounce pass now over to Criswell. Inside to Clark. Clark. And will get fouled from behind. She'll go to the line here to shoot 2. That's on Carr. And now Melton will check in as Carr will foul out. That was her 5th. Pair of free throws coming up for Emmy Clark. Has a chance to get in the double figures. It's 2-shot foul. I don't know why they're letting them in before the first free throw. Goodness gracious.
Nice.
As Morgan and Cole and Johnson will check in, and Pig and Sadie Grace Cole will check out. First free throw from Clark.
That's 2.
That was a 2-shot foul, and they acted like it was a 1-and-1. Now Nutt comes the other way. That shot is up and in. This is, I mean, she was fouled there.
She was fouled, yeah, but these.
That's on Criswell. That's her 4th. Team's 9th. Did I miss something? As Nutt misses the free throw and Criswell comes up with a rebound. Guess that's some karma. I don't know.
I guess.
And Criswell gets her pass stolen away. Fultz, Bobo. Now here to Melton. Melton now over to Nutt. Nutt gets that one knocked away. Good defense by Clark. Here to Fultz. Deep NBA range 3. Hits it. Now timeout here called after Fultz hits her first shot of the game. That's going to be I believe it's going to be a full timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
What really matters during the ball game, you do realize that some of the qualities that coaches try to get from their players is the same that God is trying to get from his children. In 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 58, therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. Do your best, give your best, work your hardest, leave it all out there. That is the goal of the Christian life. And that message brought to you by your friends at the Tullahoma Church of Christ.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring.
One of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Back here at the Ralph, Lawrence County leading by 8 with 1:04 left in the game. Tullahoma trying to make a big comeback here. J.C. Scott with it. Press put on by the other Lady Cats, and now a timeout here called by Wendy Scott. Just a 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it here for the time being with 55.9 seconds remaining. And I guess we missed something there, Dusty. They must have tried the first free throw, and we were just asleep at the wheel. I don't know. But
I must have been. I was looking at the announce table because they were letting them sub, and I thought, what are they doing? I don't know. Maybe.
We're the only ones that got upset. Everyone else in the gym didn't seem to mind. So.
And I think our fans would let them know.
Yeah. So we're the ones that sleep at the wheel.
Yeah.
But Lawrence County here in a bit of a pickle as Tullahoma is making a good charge here later. Dusty, what they got to do to kind of ice this one and pick up win number 4 in the district?
I mean, right now we need to get across the timeline and just try to run the clock out. Well, we got, 50 seconds left?
Yep, 50. Not quite. Well, one thing about the Lawrence County the scoreboard, it keeps the time for the timeouts as well. So not always when you're trying to remember how much time's left in the game.
Right.
Best thing here, but a good timeout there by Wendy Scott. So Lawrence County's got 2 timeouts left. Tullahoma has 1. So you're right, 55.9 seconds remaining as J.C. Scott will take it out here to the right of the Tullahoma bench.
She had her.
And gets it to Clark, now to Scott. Scott trying to dribble out of traffic. Bounce pass here to Clark, and that one's knocked away by Bobo. Johnson tries to save it. And it's going to go out of bounds to Tullahoma. 14 turnovers now by Lawrence County. Nutt with it. 8-point game. Nutt backs down the defender, now to Bobo straight away. Bobo drives, layup up. No. Rebound, Criswell.
Go, Katie, go.
Katie now coming the other way, 35 seconds left. And dribbles out of traffic with 30 seconds left. And Nutt's going to foul. That will be Lucy's third. Now a pair of free throws coming up for Katie Criswell. First free throw here from Katie on its way. Hits the front iron, no good. Next free throw here from Criswell on its way. That's off the corner iron, no. Rebound Melton. Lady Cats on 13 of 24 from the line as Gibbs will try a three. Front iron, no. Rebound Nutt. They swing it over to Melton. She'll try a three. That hits a corner iron, no. Rebound Gibbs off the glass and in. Final timeout here will be called by Tullahoma. It will be a full timeout, and we'll just keep it here as well again. So it's now a 6-point game with 12.6 seconds remaining, and we're kind of praising their free throw shooting in the first half here, and they were 10 of 15 there in the first half, and since then they have been 3 of 9. So chance to ice it there, and
yeah, one would have iced it, I think. Now we just got to get the ball in and get across the timeline. They're going to foul, so
there'll be 2 shots on the other end as long as they don't get the steal.
Right.
12.6 seconds remaining here, but any way you look at it, this is the bounce back Lawrence County needed. They didn't have a great game at Page, but they found a way. They were down as I don't think it ever got the double digits. I think Tullahoma got it to 8, and that's as large as it got. And then Lawrence County had as many as 15 here in the fourth. So got to praise the resolve here of this Lawrence County team, struggling here in district play, coming out here to potentially get a big win tonight.
It was. They've really played hard. Their defense stepped up tonight, and they didn't the rebounds.
Clark taking it out of bounds, gets it into Criswell. Criswell here will be fouled by Gibbs, as that took 0.3 seconds off the clock. Gibbs, I believe that's going to be her 5th, as Bowen will check in.
On number 30, Gibbs, that's her 5th.
So Gibbs and her 10 points will head to the bench as Bowen will check in, and now Criswell here at the line to shoot 2. Katie with a game-high 23 has been marvelous tonight in the paint, and hitting some big shots here for the Lady Cats. Has a chance here to ice it at the line. First shot, back iron, no.
Tullahoma's got their shooters down here in the corner.
It's free throw from Criswell, and nothing but net. She gets 1 of 2 there. Now Wendy Scott's going to call a timeout. 30-second timeout. Lawrence County now with 1 remaining in a 7-point lead with 12.3 seconds remaining. So Lawrence County, if they hang on, will go to 4-3 in the district. Now we'll drop Tullahoma here to 5-3, and actually they extended to a full timeout. They didn't have any 30s left. But really for Lawrence County, this is one we talked about in pregame. They need to pick up. It'd be great if they can win here and go to Lincoln County, but 1 of 2 isn't bad, and that certainly sets them up for the district tournament well here coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think that's what they got to look at. They got to look at the setup going into the tournament. And like you said, each game is so important.
Especially when Lincoln County coming up on Monday. You know, facing them back-to-back was going to be a tough task anyways.
Right.
But this one here against Tullahoma is a good one. Last year they won at Lincoln County in what was a instant classic where a girl was down by 1, was at the line with no time left with 3 free throws and missed all 3.
Oh, yeah, that was the technical, or the
half-court foul that came out in Lawrence County's favor. Quickly the other way, Nutt, a handoff to Fultz. Fultz for 3. Rattles out, no. And Bowen comes up with the rebound. Now to Melton, and that will end it. Lawrence County picks up a huge 47-40 win after trailing as many as 8 in the first half. Come back to improve the 17-6 overall, 4-3 within the district. Tullahoma drops to 14-10 overall and 5-3 in the district. Dusty Kaiser, final thoughts here on tonight's game.
Hey, girls played well tonight. Great win, great district win. Now we just got to go on to Lincoln County and keep it rolling.
That will be their next game. That's on Monday. That game will be at 6 o'clock. We'll have coverage of that. But first, big game here for the boys. It'll be senior night for the Wildcats as well. That game will be in 15 minutes here on the X Sports Network.
This is the X Sports Network.